Hi, this is Judy Griffin with Aroma Health Texas. A few weeks ago I had a text from a student or client, however you call them, and she's like, well, what about this spikenard? So I'm just getting around to it, I guess, but I thought we could work it in with a different kind of blend and one for migraine, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But in case you didn't see our previous work with Spikenard, we'll go over it just quickly. It's in the Honeysuckle family, and it's considered a great healer. It has rose, purple, and white flowers, but it's the root that produces the oil. It's a beautiful plant. It's most known for being available during the birth and death of Jesus, with the anointing of Jesus' feet before the crucifixion. It shows devotion to your path. And that's what we have to look with ourselves with spikenard, is devotion to our path. It has an earthy scent, and it's a base note. I just want to mention it's critically endangered and subject to international trade control, so we want to use it sparingly. And it's best known for skin problems and skin diseases. It mends all the layers of the skin, which is really remarkable. I don't think there's a lot of other plants that do that. It works with incurable diseases quite successfully. Staph, psoriasis, wounds, like deep wounds, and aging skin. That always interests me. Dermatitis and allergic skin reactions, you can actually use spikenard with that because it's basically an anti-inflammatory essential oil. You can substitute spikenard for valerian essential oil. Spikenard smells better than the valerian, especially when there's deep anxiety and restless legs. So let's look at some other things that spikenard has been used for. Birth difficulties, migraines, which we're going to address today, nausea, indigestion, and colic, which we will also address a little bit today, PMS, candida, anemia, we're going to have that a little bit in our blend, arrhythmia, and rapid heartbeat. That's remarkable. Neuropathy blends, varicosities, and it balances the central nervous system. You have a parasympathetic and a sympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic is like fight or flight, go, and the parasympathetic nervous system is calming. It's like your sleep and such like that, where your body heals itself. So it helps to balance that, and most people do not have a balance. I can tell you that for sure. It's not their fault, and it's not easy to achieve. So I want to mention a calming blend just so you can have a cord of such if you want to make up a cord ahead of time. But since I conserve my spikenard, I'm not going to make that one up in front of you. I'm just going to tell you, you can take 2 drops of spikenard, sandalwood, frankincense, and vetiver if you like, or drop the vetiver if you think it's too strong, in 1/2 to 1 ounce of a carrier oil, and you have your cord there where you can bring that in, and it's very grounding and calming. So whenever you have a blend that would help, you'll have it all ready. Okay? So let's go on to migraines and headaches. The headaches, there's headaches from migraines, there's headaches from tension, there's headaches from nerve pain, from your neck, and all kinds of things. A good place to put this blend would be on your forehead and on your temples, on your forehead, just, or just a little dot. I'll even put one up in the hair, not a lot, but it sticks to the hair and has scent much better when I do the temples I tend to put a little bit on the side there too, where the hair catches it and you get it. And of course, the, whatever you call this, the base of the neck is a good place also. And I'm going to, again, take a 1/2 ounce, because I want to make this very good, strong. 1/2 ounce of my carrier oil, which today is jojoba. It's a favorite of mine, jojoba is, because it's not greasy. It's actually, it's more, it's not really a fat in that sense, like an oil that we normally use as a carrier oil. So it won't be sticky on your skin. And if you're putting it on your face, because it can work with acne and problems like that too, you know, you don't want to put greasy on your skin. So we're going to start with our base notes, and I just want to remind you that these base notes do not diffuse well. They will stick to the bottom of your diffuser or with water. So it's not a good, that's why you see me not doing a lot of, recommending a lot of diffusion, because a lot of the base notes and the absolutes are a form that aren't going to blend with water at all. So it's just going to make a mess on your diffuser. But you could make a blend and have it ready to start inhaling at any time. And with a 1/2 ounce, I'm going to get there faster. I'm going to have a very strong blend, because boy, when headaches hit, you want something quickly. So we'll start, with 2 drops of our Spikenard. It's definitely earthy, but it smells somewhat herbaceous too. I like the smell of it. I know someone indirectly who uses Spikenard in a perfume, so that would be interesting. And then we're going to take 3 drops of frankincense. And just a drop of sandalwood. We definitely need something that's going to be calming. Where'd you go? There. That'll be our base note. So we're going into our heart note. And we want something that is going to lower the histamine release, to lower the inflammation, to lower the tension that comes on with headaches. And I like to use lavender for that. It's very good for headaches. But it's as a heart note, I'm using the lavender absolute. Where'd it go? Here it is. And that's the very thick, very thick, and it's green, and it smells true to lavender, much more so than an essential oil. So with our lavender, let's see, we'll do 5 drops. I also find with, if I want a blend to last and last, absolutes make it happen much better than the essential oils. And I actually use less, which is cost effective, because it has such a strong smell, and an absolute will smell strong longer, okay? And I would like to use some chamomile. Chamomile essential oil can be used. I'm using my Enfleurage, the Petite Fleur Essence chamomile, because I like the smell of lavender better, and to me lavender and chamomile just, they don't quite make it for me. So you have a choice of 5 drops of either a non-hormonal, which isn't going to smell as much, but it definitely has a smell true to the plant, or the essential oil, which is going to be stronger, and you'll have to let it sit longer to be able to blend that lavender and chamomile, where you just don't smell one or the other. Chamomile is good for headaches, but the enfleurage I make is also good for tummy troubles. And a lot of people may not realize it, but the headache started in their tummy. If you don't digest your food right, if you have a queasy stomach, if you have nausea, colic, where you're just cramping, the chamomile enfleurage would work better for that. It's up to you. You could have just all lavender if you wanted it. So, and then because so many headaches are hormonal for women, okay, then I like to put some geranium in there, because geranium is excellent for hormonal balance. Excellent. And we're using 5 drops of each of these, okay? If you have rose geranium, that's fine. It's going to work just as well, just geranium. So now we're up to our top notes. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to use spearmint as my top note, which it is a top note. Spearmint is very cooling. There's a big difference between peppermint and spearmint. Peppermint is heating. It eventually gets to cooling, but it's very heating, and you see it in all the migraine and headache blends. Oh, use peppermint for the, no. You're going to stimulate a lot more, and, by the time you cool down, the best you can get is numb. So use spearmint if you can, if you don't have a reaction to it or something. And it's just cooling, okay? And I tell you, it's better than peppermint for headaches. If you just want to numb something out, peppermint is okay, but you're likely to create a little fire going because it's very heating. I'm using 6 drops of spearmint, and I'm going to use 3 drops of holy basil. Holy basil opens this area up, just smelling it, and this is an excellent blend just to smell. But it opens up all this area. It opens up all the parts of your brain that's stressed. So I'm going to put 3 drops in there. And basil by nature, any basil, doesn't have to be holy basil, but any of your basils are excellent for headaches, and they balance the adrenals. So that's your fight or flight. That's when you're all upset, or anxious or nervous. It works. And if you're more on the depressed side, well, the lavender is going to come in and make a difference. You want to smell it? I like it. It's soft. I put as many drops. You like it? You have to give it back. I put as many drops in this ½ ounce as I would in an ounce, because I want to feel it. I want to feel it fast, and I want to be able to just inhale it. I may be in a place where I can't really, I would, but, slather it on or whatever. So this is my blend. I already have it labeled with a date and migraine or headache.
How long should we let it set?
We want to let it set. If you had to, you could use this blend right away. But I'd say, as long as you could let it blend, even up to 2 weeks, maybe 7 to 10 days is more the norm. And I don't think we've ever mentioned this, but let's say you make this blend today, and 2 years from now you still have some left, and it's like, I wonder if this will still work. Yes, it will. The blends, if you keep them in a cool and at least moderately dark place, away from light and heat, the blends will last easily a year, easily. Now, they may not smell as much to your nose after 2 years, or even as of 2 years, but it's there. The process is there. And guess what? It's when you put it on your warm skin, that's when it's the warmth of your skin that really brings all this out. So that will work for you. And so don't throw them away if you've had them for a little while. Now, if I wanted to take this blend, and even after 10 days or so, and think, it needs something, it's kind of a little flat, or I don't smell it enough, put 1 drop of lemon essential oil in there, the lemon that's made from the peel, okay, not lemongrass, and that will bring everything out, okay? And if you have any more questions, you can call or text, or maybe send me an email would be better, and we'll be back next week with some more ideas. Thank you. Bye-bye.